Julie Boisseau-Craig. I'm a glass and mixed media artist, living and creating in Rockford, Tennessee at Wild Pony Studio. I am a maker working with glass, clay, metal, and wood. I especially love fire and glass. It is instantaneous, sometimes random, and always exciting. I have been a maker all of my life and have worked at some point in almost every medium. I received my MFA at Western Carolina University in ceramics in 2012. I still have a strong love for porcelain. After all, it's as close to glass as you can get without being glass. But glass is what makes my heart sing. I find that I live in a constant state of controlled chaos. And I believe that that is especially true of the world today as well. I believe working glass in the fire is much like that. Simply controlled chaos. As I work, I am constantly contemplating the contradictions of life and how my artwork can get those contradictions across. Contradictions like life and death, love and hate, fragility and strength, beauty and ugliness, courage, fear, black, white, all the things that contradict each other in our lives. These contradictions affect us universally, and we are all touched by them. I think that's especially true today in 2020. I hope to touch others through my work, give them part of myself that connects with others in an ethereal way, and maybe, just maybe, make their time a little brighter and give me back a sense of purpose as a gift. Right now, as I'm working, you can see I am taking the hot glass and putting it into a marble mold to shape it. These components can become things like necklaces, turtles, small little trinkets, or become parts of larger pieces. That fire is around 2,800 degrees, maybe hotter. And the glass is constantly moving. You'll notice my hands are always moving the glass. Glass has an innate desire to be round. And if you stop, it will drip. So the trick is to keep it in control. Controlled chaos again. I'm now adding a little red. Red's a very finicky color. It likes to burn out pretty easily and boil in the flame. So you have to be very, very careful. This piece I'm working on is actually the body of a spider. So I'm kind of thinking Black Widow. Of course, it's my interpretation. melting in the red. It takes a bit of time in the fire to get it melted in and to keep it from boiling out. I decided it needed a little bit more. You can see it raised above the glass just a little. But that will melt in flat. And again, it's constantly spinning, constantly moving. And again, melting in, constantly rotating. Gravity is a hot glass necessity. You use gravity constantly to let things flow in the direction you want them to. Hold them up, they flow back. Hold them down, they flow forward. And now you can see that it's melted in completely. Now I'm just polishing off the extras and the marks and any bubbles, and pressing one more time to make sure that it's really the shape I want it in. Now I'm going to encase it in clear. This will make the red pop out a little more and make sure that the red stays where I want it. Simply adding more glass until I get it the thickness that I want it. Now it's back into the fire and spin, spin, spin and get it heated in. I find that doing glass in the fire is also very cathartic. It's very it's like therapy. You know, you're almost meditating. You're constantly watching and thinking and paying attention. Both the fire and the glass can both be very unforgiving. Is melted in. Knock it off. Now I'll take this piece and put it in the annealer, where it'll anneal for, about an 8-hour cycle to make sure that it doesn't crack, because glass is always in a chaotic state until it is calmed down in the annealer. But right now, I decide I'm going to make another trinket, an icicle. I've been selling on Etsy since 2009, and I often get orders for Christmas ornaments and things like that. And I enjoy making these little ornaments that are going to be passed down in families. I think it's a nice thing to be a part of other people's memories and holidays, and in a small way. So I connected those two pieces of glass because I needed a longer piece, and I also wanted to ball up some glass to get a thicker spot. Still spinning, spinning, spinning. I'm also pushing together at this point, trying to get the glass to glob up a little. When I get it where I want it, I'll move down and work the next part. Give it a slight pull. Pull and twist, pull and twist. Now I'm going to do another little glob to pull and twist. I really enjoy working with clear glass. I love the optics of it. And I also like the fact that when it reflects, you know, like sunlight reflecting through it and all, it can give just the coolest shadows and designs on the wall or whatever. You see it lose its color. That's as it's cooling down. When it's bright yellow, it's at its hottest and most molten. As it goes from orange to red and loses the color completely, it is cooling off. Now granted, it's not cool enough to touch, it's still a couple thousand degrees, but it becomes solid so that you can move on to the next part. Another pull. And the tip. I probably worked this one a little backwards. Usually I make the hanging end first and attach to it and then build off, but since I had added two pieces of glass together, I'm working kind of backwards. So next you'll see the hook made. So now I'm going to cut off that end in the fire. Break. want to give it a nice shape at the end to build the hook off of. So I'm going to heat it up really, really good and get a good ball of molten glass. And then I will stick it into an optic mold. Optic molds are made of graphite, and they instantly chill the glass into a shape. And there we go. I'll add a hook to that, and then we'll have a Christmas tree ornament. Everything has to be totally melted in or it will just crack off. Glass is all about timing. Well, as you watch, I'll finish this up and put the little hook and break it off. But I want to thank you so much for watching today and listening and checking out my work. I want to thank Tennessee Craft for this incredible opportunity. It meant a lot to me to be asked, and it was an exciting project to work on. I hope you'll check out my work further. You can find my work at www.wildponystudio.com. And just as a side note, if you liked the background music, I happen to be the lead singer of a pop-punk band, Red Vinyl Gypsies, and you are actually listening to part of our first album. So if you're interested in more music, check out www.redvinylgypsies.com. Shameless plugs, I know. And please enjoy some of my past works. And thank you again. Goodbye.